Hey, what's up guys? 81 Pride Alien here, back with another video. This time I'm going to be doing a look ahead kind of thing, or prediction video for The Walking Dead Season 3 finale, which airs tomorrow night. I really wanted to do this. I mean, a lot of you probably already watch prediction videos if you're watching mine, but I figured I'd put it up the day before because that might be the day a lot of people look up prediction videos just because they're curious what other people are thinking, and so I wanted to do this. Anyways, this video will contain spoilers, so, well, why else would you be watching this if you haven't watched the episodes up to date anyways? But anyways, it contains spoilers, so here we go. Now, obviously, if you've seen the scenes, well, let's go from if you haven't seen the scenes. There's one preview that was given on The Talking Dead of the governor and his group coming right up to the prison and, you know, going up to the one of the main doors to the cell block E, I believe it is, that they're in, and just opening it up, and then that's where it cuts. But they're, you know, I think it's the whole town. They all have guns, and they're all geared up and going up there. And then there was another scene given. I think it may have just been through the story sync, but anyways, I got it, and the group is packing up. So apparently, they have made a decision as a group because Rick said this is basically it's the democracy again. So they start. I guess they chose to leave. They started packing up. So I'm wondering. Well, this is my prediction. I think when the governor gets there, they're going to be either gone, or maybe they're just in the process of leaving. Like, that would actually be a nice twist. Like, they're actually just about to leave, but then they have to fight anyways. But I know some of the guard towers get blown up because in one of the previews that you see, one of the governor's men, I think it's actually Martinez, fire a rocket launcher or grenade launcher at one of the towers and it blows up. Yeah, and in another preview, it showed the governor punching or beating Andrea, so I don't think he exactly uses his tools on her yet, but I think he'll beat her in, and maybe Michonne will save her. I don't know how it's going to work out if they're leaving, but I don't expect Andrea to die yet, although everyone wants her to die. Carl and Andrea are the two characters everyone seems to want to die. So, you know, they'll die eventually, but I don't think it's going to be a finale. Any characters I expect to die, I would say Herschel. I mean, right now, I'd say he's still a pretty major character, but I mean, if he died, it's not like it would majorly, it wouldn't be like a plot hole or anything, it wouldn't affect anything. If Daryl died, it probably, obviously it would affect everything. A lot of people say they'll stop watching the show if Daryl dies, or they'll just, you know, they'll riot and all that. So I doubt we'll see Daryl die, but he's probably going to do something really risky and badass, depending on how it plays out. But I want to talk about Milton briefly. I think Milton's starting to show, you know, obviously big signs of rebellion against the governor now. He sees that he's completely lost his mind now, and he's even going as far as getting Andrea out of there to tell her group what's going on. But obviously the governor stopped her just barely. But I think maybe if Michonne doesn't get there, well, Michonne doesn't even know Andrea's there, so more likely this will happen. But I think if Michonne doesn't get there, Milton will free Andrea. I don't know how yet, but I think he will. Like, maybe he'll hold the governor at gunpoint or something. But I mean, he's scrawny, so I mean, if the governor's held at gunpoint by Milton, I don't think he has much to worry. I think Milton has more to worry about than the governor. As far as Michonne goes, in the preview that I was just talking about with Andrew gets getting beaten, Rick says you're one of the group to Michonne, because I mean, he'd already kind of mentioned that she had kind of earned her place, but you know, now she's back after Merle almost took her out to be killed, but instead Merle went on a blaze of glory, got his fingers bitten off, and got a bullet to the head, and well, 2 bullets to the head if you can. Well, yeah, he didn't even get a bullet to the head because the governor shot him in the chest, and then once he turned, Daryl shot him in the head. Because if he got shot in the head originally, he wouldn't have became a walker. But anyways, yeah, so Daryl, even though he's kind of incapacitated right now, he's kind of, you know, the press as brother's dead, I still think he'll be able to manage. Because, I mean, he's had to deal with so much already. He's hunting down a little girl, Sophia, that was dead the entire time. He found that out, and he was a little pissed about that. But, I mean, this is his brother, so... But still, I think he can cope with it and manage to still be a valuable asset to the group, as usual. What else do I want to talk about? Oh, Maggie and Glenn. Glenn proposed to Maggie in the last episode. Well, if you can call it proposal, it's the best he can really do in the zombie apocalypse. Well, not necessarily if you want to look at it from my point of view. He could have, you know, got down one knee and everything else. They were inside the fences, it would have been safe. But, you know, he just didn't want to do it because he thinks they're going to die. Because they still think they still think they were going to war at that point. But yeah, now that they're leaving, I think now there's a little more hope for their marriage. He already said they probably wouldn't be able to have a proper wedding. So yeah, I could see them continuing to have their relationship long past this point, unless this could happen, unless Maggie gets killed off, which would make Glenn even more enraged than he already was, obviously, and make him even more of a badass, I think. I don't know where she fits in the comic books. I know Glenn just recently died in issue 100 or something. I'd heard this, I hadn't read this. So, yeah, that's pretty much all my predictions. The governor, a lot of people are wondering if he's going to die. I don't think he's going to die right off the bat like this, although I do really want him to see him die, as does everybody. And the other question everyone's been asking, other than is the governor going to die, is how he's going to die and who's going to kill him, and who would be the best to kill him. Honestly, I think in this case it'd be Daryl, because, I mean, a lot of people have lost people at the hands of the governor, but Daryl lost his one and only brother, and I think that's actually the last of his family. So, I mean, Rick still got Carl and Judith, and, well, I guess Andrea has nobody, but still, I think Daryl would honestly be the best. Plus, he would do it the right way, too. Like, if they had a fist fight, especially with Rick, Daryl, I think, would take down the governor. It would be just like the fist fight between Sylvester Stallone's character and Jean-Claude Van Damme's character in Expendables, except maybe not as brute, but it would still be something like that. And then Daryl would pull a knife and, you know, stab the governor. Maybe take out his other eye, and then maybe the governor lives, and then he gets killed on later on down the road. He's blind, something like that. But Daryl, definitely the best. Michonne, not so much, because she really asked for him being angry at her. There was no real other way around, except for the fact that he sent Merle to kill her. Rick, maybe, just from all the hassle the governor's caused his group and everything. But yeah, Rick's craziness I want to quickly talk about. I think he's slowly starting to get back to normal, although he is still seeing his dead wife. He is still seeing Lori, but now a lot of people are pointing this out, and in case you didn't notice, Lori is starting to wear regular clothing now. She was wearing a white dress, but now she's starting to look as she was before she was dead. Now, I don't know exactly what this means. It could mean that he's starting to see her as a figment of imagination, like he repeatedly says, "You're not there, I know you're not there." I think maybe he sees her more as a guide now rather than a ghost. Like, she's like his inner conscience kind of speaking to him, he told himself not to go through with his plans with Michonne. So I think he's starting to get back to normal. Now, if any of you guys haven't looked at the casting for the season finale, apparently Morgan, or I can't remember the actor's name, is supposed to return for the finale. I don't know how this will play in to the plot of the finale, but actually originally I want to talk about what the original casting was. The original casting showed the Mexican family returning. Well, I think they're of Mexican origin. The family that left during season 1 with Morales and his wife and kids, they were supposed to return. So, but now it's just Morgan that's supposed to return. So I don't know what's gonna go on with that. And maybe if they're not going to return yet, maybe Morales and them are going to come in season 4, sometime early season 4. It'd be nice to see them return, because they didn't really develop the character of Morales much. Like, you just saw him for a little bit, and he seemed like a pretty smart guy, like Glenn. Like, he could think kind of strategically. He could be like a temporary leader, almost like Glenn. I think I've talked about pretty much everyone. Now, Andrea, I said she may or may not get out. If she gets out, obviously she's going to go back to Team Prison or Rick's group, in other words. But I don't know as far as what if she wants to get revenge on the governor, what she's going to do when she gets out. I predict that she probably will try to kill the governor, and if Milton already hasn't, or maybe if Milton frees her, maybe he's going to tell her to go on and let him handle things. You know, I don't know. I don't really know what to expect from this character, because his character seemed like a shy kind of guy who was just doing what he's told, but now he's kind of rebelling, so you don't know what really to expect from that kind of character. Martinez, like a minor character, kind of want to talk about him. I think they're kind of building up his death. It's like every single time that he could have died, he hasn't yet, just because I think he's going to be one of those characters that plays a somewhat major role and then gets killed off in like just a random way. Kind of like Scott, I believe it is, or the guy from Teresa's group, the one that has a son. His son got shot by Merle. In case no one saw that, I didn't see that, and I saw a recap of that scene, and then I realized, hey, he dies. So yeah, that father's gonna be pretty pissed at Rick's group now. But yeah, I think Martinez is gonna go out the same way. Maybe when they attack the prison, and maybe if Rick's group is still there, maybe Daryl will end up taking down Martinez. Even though Daryl and Martinez were just starting to kind of get along back when Rick and the governor were in negotiations and they were waiting outside. Same with Herschel and Milton. They were starting to kind of form bonds there. So maybe we can see Martinez on Team Rick coming up. Maybe with Milton as well. They can get some new additions like that, and maybe Morgan. That would be great. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. I've said pretty much all I want to say about season 3 finale. I hope you guys enjoyed this prediction video, and I hope you enjoy the finale as much as I do. I'm going to also check out my new Governor's Prison episode coming up on tomorrow. And if you don't know what that is, I'm basically rebuilding the prison from season 3 of The Walking Dead on a Minecraft world. So if you're in Minecraft, or you're into The Walking Dead, or you're into both, which I am, come check it out. This will be part 8, so if you want to start from the beginning, check out my channel, find the beginning, and start watching. See you guys later.